I'm Dr. DeShawn Taylor, CEO of Health Justice MD, author of a newly published book, Undue Burden, Black Woman Position on Being Christian and Pro-Abortion in the Reproductive Justice Movement. I want to come on today to talk about the significance of Independence Day in the times that we are living right now. So this day in 1776, 13 North American colonies were granted independence from Great Britain by the Continental Congress. Now, people wanted independence declared due to a range of reasons. Among them was taxation without representation and controlling laws. And some of us learned about this in history class. And a whole war was fought for this, known today as the American War of Independence or the American Revolution. America gained freedom from the control of Great Britain while participating in the then legal institution of human chattel slavery, comprising the enslavement of primarily Africans and then African Americans as children were birthed into enslavement. And slavery was established throughout European colonization in the Americas. Interestingly, that was not rejected as America fought for its independence from Britain. Independent means that you can do something by yourself without depending on others. But freedom, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is the quality or state of being free, such as the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action. And I'm going to come back to this. A deeper dive into the meaning of freedom uncovers three types of freedom. The first freedom is freedom from. So this is freedom from the constraints of society. The second freedom is freedom to. This is the freedom to do what we want to do. The third freedom is freedom to be. This is the freedom to be who we were meant to be. Freedom is much more expansive than independence. And the requisite for true freedom is the acknowledgement of the humanity of people and their agency to make and carry out decisions about their lives. I argue that much of what we are seeing today in our extreme legislatures, extreme governor's offices, and the Supreme Court is creating the absence of freedom. Anti-LGBTQ plus policies are an assault on our freedom to be and our freedom from the constraints of society. Voter suppression, gerrymandering, the Electoral College constrain our ability to act on our right to choose who represents us. Abortion bans create the necessity to stay pregnant against the will of the person who is pregnant and doesn't want to be. They coerce medical providers to comply or lose their liberty, and constrains our choices and our ability to act on decisions we have made about our lives. Upholding white supremacist ideology and values creates the absence of freedom. I gave my employees a day off for this federal holiday, and I surely will be going to the cookout. But I woke up this morning in deep reflection of what this day really means and its true legacy, beyond days off work or time and a half if you had to go to work, or fun and food and fireworks. There is an ugly legacy wrapped in a country who fought a revolutionary war for independence while enslaving and continuing to enslave people for more than a century after. This legacy shows up in a decision for a bigoted plaintiff who made up a fake case to get to the Supreme Court to say people can discriminate against LGBTQ plus people in their businesses. I say goodbye to your profits, because a quarter of young American adults now identify as LGBTQ. This legacy shows up in never providing reparations to the descendants of enslaved African Americans, disseminating affirmative action in college admissions, and striking down President Biden's effort to help Americans with student loan debt relief. The work of liberation is intersectional, it's cross-generational, and it's cross-cultural. And on this Independence Day, let's commit to evolving from a thought framework of individual independence to one of collective liberation. And if you're with me, type liberation in the chat, and have a wonderful day, friends.